All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is You Too Can Be Great. Now I'm gonna make this short and sweet. This is the Growing Up Hip Hop finale that did yesterday. I'm doing the review. I posted the name of the episode on the description box and the title box. I posted it so you can know what we're doing right now. So I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I don't even have my notes because I only have specific things I want to talk about that happened yesterday. First of all, we started the episode where it left off yesterday, where they had the JoJo's little, what did he call it? I don't have my notes, so I don't have the exact words in front of me, but he did kind of like a showcase where he had all these new artists or up and coming artists come out there, perform their music, and then he had the panel on Luke. He had Peppa, which I thought Peppa shouldn't have even been a judge in the first place because her daughter was performing. He had the brat there to judge these artists. Now, I have to say that all of them did a good job in their performance. My particular favorite was Brianna. I'm not even gonna lie. Brianna came in, she didn't even show up to the thing. She recorded hers, but she came in there looking like I would look, just like I'm doing this review. I don't have any makeup on. I'm not here to put on the facade that I have more money or more Gucci or whatever. I'm the typical average person showing you how the average person doesn't make money like that. I don't need to dress up, have a makeup artist come do my hair. I'm gonna wear my sweats, wear whatever is comfortable, and come out here and lead this nice ass voice. When Brianna was singing, it was like I was listening to Erykah Badu. Like, it was just soulful. So everything about her was a vibe. So I would have had her as one of the people that I chose. However, they end up picking Egypt, whose performance was pretty good as well. And they end up picking Jacques, and they end up picking another dude by the name of F. They said that all three had tied, and they're supposed to go to Trick and Trina's radio show, which is supposed to give them exposure as up-and-coming artists. The problem I had with the judges is when it came time, if y'all noticed, for Peppa to now give her opinion about Brianna's performance, Brat and Uncle Luke had a lot to say about how she presented herself, her song, her beautiful, how it sounded. Hell, even Egypt herself was vibing with the song. The thing was, Peppa, because of the issue that happened between Brianna and her daughter, only said, well, the song was nice. And that shit pissed me off, which is why I said her ass shouldn't have been there, because Peppa acts like a fucking child to me. She acts like a child and she needs to grow up. Peppa doesn't behave like an adult. It is not the same. I don't get the same feeling with Peppa that I do with TT's mom. When she speaks, you have somebody, I think her name was Maureen. I'm not even sure what her name is. I don't remember. But TT's mom has an air of maturity. Age has given her wisdom. Whereas the Pep act like she was the same age as Egypt. So I don't really like the fact that she was she was a judge on the panel. Now we get to new girl that's supposed to be, I think, from Casey and JoJo's daughter. Last episode, she met up with, what's her name? Stevie J's daughter. I should have wrote some notes. I just didn't have time today to do it. But Stevie J's daughter, Savannah met up with her and said that she wanted her to come join the showcase. And her name starts with an S to Shaniqua. I don't know what her name is, but she's a daughter I think she's JoJo's daughter from Casey and JoJo. And she's a beautiful singer. She has a beautiful face. She has a beautiful voice. But she already came on the show. And I think that she did that one reality TV mistake where she's coming to start beef with whoever the hell she feels she could start beef with just to keep her ass on the show. But she lets us know in her confessional that she got beef with Angela. But Angela don't even know that somebody got beef with her. And the issue she said that she has beef with Angela is because the story she says is that Angela was dating a guy that she used to date, the father of her child, and that Angela did not consider the fact that she wanted to make her family work, and that she didn't consider that when she was dating him. Excuse me? That was one of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It is not Angela's responsibility to consider you and your family. That man chose to date her, which means he didn't want your ass. So he left you and went to her, and if he was trying to be with her, that means that's where he wanted to be. It is not her job to ship him back to you and say, well, you go think about your family. So far as he was broken up with your ass, which she acknowledged, I think, that they were broken up, she wanted her family to keep going, so she wanted to try. Meanwhile, he was done trying and he wanted to move on. That is not her fault. That dumb shit I heard, I said, girl, shut up. This girl didn't even know you had beef for her. She didn't even know who you are. That's just how unimportant you are and how much of a non-factor your ass is. But she showed up and she came with her mom earlier on, and Tanise, JoJo's wife, she's pregnant. She gave a compliment that was supposed to be more so to the girl's mother. oh my God, is that your mom? Is that your mom? She looked like your sister. You look like the, that was supposed to be a compliment to mom. Like, mom looks young, she looks great. I understand what she was trying to do, but of course this heifer came over here trying to look for trouble, so she was gonna try to find it whichever way she could. Angela wasn't there, so she targeted another one of this family members and picked a fight over nothing. She came in there being petty and brought up that conversation as if it was that serious. I was like, this is so stupid. But that little interaction went whatever, and because she's pregnant, JoJo obviously don't want his girl stressed out. They already had a miscarriage. She's not about to lose this baby, and this girl is just trying to figure out, she just had to have a moment. I did not like her and how she portrayed herself, because I felt like that wasn't that deep. Even if somebody made a comment that you didn't like, it wasn't that serious. This is your first time in this atmosphere, and you are at a showcase to display yourself as an up-and-coming artist, and you're out there trying to pick a fight in the first appearance that we've seen you on this show. Girl, shut your ass up and go sit down somewhere. So this situation happened. Brat was ready to get up out there. Everybody, they voted, they picked their voting, and then they all bounced. Now, I did say that Savannah has a tendency to talk too much, because Savannah had already gone to Cree and told Cree about what this girl said about having beef with Angela before she got there. So Cree was already on guard when this girl was trying to now go after Tanise with this bullshit comment. But Savannah needs to learn to hush up. She's a little young. Like Boogie says, she needs to mature a little bit. She don't know when to keep her mouth shut. It's not your place to just be telling people's business just because you heard it. Just shut up and let, the chips fall where they may. But I still like me some Savannah. I still like her personality. I thought she's beautiful, but she needs to grow up a little bit. Now, the other segment I want to talk about now is obviously Tanise went and told Angela's sister, I forgot her name, what happened, and she's now having to be the bearer of bad news. Maybe she got to go to Angela's photo shoot, her calendar shoot, and tell her that this is the case. But why give it that type of attention is what I'm saying. But we have the most important segment that I think that this particular episode is about, where they want to have a sit down. You got Tretch, you got Tyran, you got TT's man, what is that boy's name? Sean, and you got Samantha's ass sitting up there, and they're supposed to have like a sit down to where they're trying to squash beef. In the other side of the room, or the other area, we got TT's mom, we got Pep, and we got Egypt supposed to squash their beef. Now, we're sitting up here watching Sean address Sam, because Sam came in there like he was about to puff up his chest. He looked stupid as usual, but it's ironic that when Sean sat up there and said, listen, I'm not here for that TV puffed up bullshit. I'm here to be straight up with you type attitude, he got himself all the way together. He probably was turned on by it. I don't know. Either way, the only person that isn't to be given a damn with this conversation is Tyran. He's just there to get his check. Tretch wants his family to be together, and to be honest, it came off as that you two are new in the family. Sean's new because he's with TT. Samantha's new because he's with Egypt, and Egypt looks kind of butch now with her haircut. I'm doing it. Can you stop? The music, I can hear it. Sorry, man, my husband is out here tripping. Anyway, so we're sitting here and we're listening to this little get together, and Sean, I like how he took his stand. I can see how Sean and TT are together, because TT is like no bullshit type personality, and Sean seems to have the same aura about him, because he already sat him down and gave him the type of energy you're looking for. I'm not some kind of punk dude that you could talk to trying to waste Samantha. Listen to me very deeply. If you're here to do that whole TV thug shit, I'm not with it. And he made it clear while he was talking to him. Samantha tried to say some shit like, well, try to be petty. TT brought up my finances. Excuse me? Now, that same concern that Sam said to Sean is the exact same concern that Egypt tried to use on TT, saying that TT brought up the fact that Sam didn't have more than $300 in his account. He was broke, and it seemed like he was using her. And they flash back to the scene where TT actually said that to Egypt's face. It's not like she went behind her back talking shit. She said it to your face. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I heard. And Egypt didn't blow up or act some type of way. I have a feeling that Egypt took that information back to Sam, and Sam pumped her ass up, because it seems like Sam pulls the strings with Egypt, just like a other man pulled the strings with Peppa and her little ditzy ass. So I'm sitting here thinking about, I had to think about this whole thing this situation as a whole when he made that comment. If it was my sister or my cousin, now obviously I'm not walking around with cameras all the time, so whatever I said is not going to be televised on national television. However, if my sister has no children, has a good career ahead of her, has a lot of opportunities, and she chose to align herself with somebody who has children, has no money, is also an up-and-coming artist, but hasn't really situated himself, I'm gonna see it as he has more of an opportunity to progress and elevate himself with my sister. She has more to gain from being with her than she has from being with him. And as a concern, I'm going to express that, like, this is what I'm thinking, so you need to be careful to make sure this person is not using you. That is a legitimate, mature concern. With Egypt's immaturity and her having to listen to Sam, because Sam was the reason why all this shit started in the first place. Sam did not humble himself when all this stuff happened and fix his mouth and say, listen, I know I don't have much. I know I come with responsibilities. I know I come with baggage, but I love this girl. I treat her with respect like a queen. I give her everything I can give within myself right now. And the more money I make, the more I'm going to take care of her, because I feel like she's my wife and she's earned it because she's had my back. Instead, he was out there rah-rahing with everybody. I'm a legend. I'm with the family legend. I'm just being stupid. Sam caused half this shit. Let's just make that clear. He caused this turmoil because there was a point when Tyran's ass wasn't even fucking with Sam. Y'all remember that? So we had this thing where Egypt now goes off on a tangent. In addition to saying that TT completely was apparently spreading lies, which TT was like, what lie did I spread? Tell me one. And Pep was like, you want to go there? You want to go there? Bitch, I thought it was supposed to be Egypt and TT fixing problems. Pep, you a grown-ass woman. Shut your ass up and act like TT's mom and hush up and let these two little children deal with it. But she didn't. She just sat there, and Egypt now went off on a tangent talking about, you stole my reputation. Oh, no, you ruined my reputation. You tried to steal my life. I am blessed to have been born inside this woman. She made me a legend, so that means I am a queen. I'm going to be. I was just sitting up there looking at Egypt like, Egypt, you look like a buffoon. You sound like a buffoon. Because TT's mom now spoke up and said, there is nobody in this world that has control over your reputation but yourself. You portrayed yourself a certain way, and when that shit started breaking down, you did not handle it maturely. Egypt said something like, well, people like you more, so they were coming to me and attacking me. That is not TT's fault if people like her more than they like your ass. Because you have a place in this world and you have to choose what you want the public to see, okay? You have that choice, and you chose to show them what you wanted to show them because Sam was running your ass and you were out there looking a fool. Why did you put all that burden on TT? Because it seems like TT's out here living her best life, having kids, planning her wedding. She don't even think about your ass. And you and Sam seem to, every time I see you, it seems like Peppa, Sam, and Egypt only have TT in their mouth. TT this, TT that, TT this, TT that. Like, that's their own topic. Hell, even Dawn came into the show. We don't know who her ass was, and she brought TT and Sean into their mouths. As far as I'm concerned, I understand that Egypt is hurt, because when you say you want to marry somebody or when you want to be with somebody, you want the closest person to you to support your relationship choices. And if they don't support it, it's very hurtful. I get that because I've been in that situation myself. However, a mature person has to give people time. Sam made an accusation of TT falling in love with him when TT has her own life, has her own thing. And he made that accusation knowing that they were cousins and they were close. You don't do some shit like that, because you're now putting bugs and literally dropping little it's almost like little snake-like opinions into Egypt's mind. You made that girl think that her cousin wanted you, boy. Nobody wants you, Samantha, but except for Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just kind of like he created all these situations, and because Egypt loved him so much, she wasn't willing to use her common sense and understand that, listen, Sam, TT don't like your ass. Because TT had a private conversation with Egypt. Egypt was saying that she can't do anything without Sam. If she has to come, Sam has to come. She was forcing Sam on everybody instead of allowing people to accept him on their own terms in their own way. You created this dynamic, and now you want to put all that burden on TT like it was her fault. Granted, TT wasn't perfect. I feel like there's some mistakes that TT made in how she handled the situation, being that Egypt is still very young. She should have exercised tact in her approach in dealing with Sam. She should have done that, and she did not. But then another thing that came up was the whole cheating allegation that Dawn had brought up to Pep, and Egypt just ran with it and ran her mouth to Savannah. And Pep said something like, we've been in Jamaica together. And TT's like, when were we in Jamaica together? When last? And it went back all the way to 2018. And TT's now said, well, when did Sean and I start dating? It was early 2018, girl. He was cheating on her already when they just barely started dating. That's the rumor that you wanted to tell the whole people to break down their relationship now that they have a kid years later about to get married. This is why I have no respect for Pep. That was bullshit, because now I'm thinking about the timeline. I'm thinking about what she said, and I'm thinking about how she's just seriously trying to stand by that ridiculous rumor. I was TT's vibe. I would have got my ass up. This is my aunt, and this is how she's behaving. I would have got up and left. Pep was like, she's so disrespectful. Bitch, your ass got into my relationship when I'm about to be married, trying to do something that could have broke us up. Why the hell should I respect your ass? You don't act like an aunt. I have no respect for you. Pep needs her ass whooped. She does. Then we flash back to the scene with Tretch, Sam, and Tyran and Sean. Sean asked specific questions because Sam went around telling people that TT was in love with him. Sean said, Sam, did you really believe that TT's ass was in love with you? Because that's what your ass was telling Egypt, basically. He said no. Y'all remember that conversation? When Egypt was running around thinking that TT wanted Sam, and Sam was pumping her head up like that was really true. But now Sam is in front of a real man and he can't own up to the shit that he did. Now he's backtracking. He said, no, I didn't believe that crap. Or no, I didn't believe it. Then he asked him again, did you have anything to do with this rumor? Sam said no. And Sean said, if you have a problem with TT, don't even address her. Just call me, because you're not supposed to be talking to another female dog. You're supposed to be talking to a grown-ass man. And if I have a problem, which I never have, I'm going to call you myself. I'm not going to go address the female when she has a dude. What's wrong with you? And she basically put Sam in his place. And I really feel like Tretch has a lot more respect for Sean and the way that he took this conversation than he does for Sam. Because Tretch says, when Sam tried to add, I really don't want us to be cordial. I want us to be family. Tretch said, no, one step at a time. Because he's obviously looking at Sam and he's seen how Sam moves, and he knows Sam is highly immature. I don't think that Tretch is buddy-buddy with Sam. I think he just wants to make his daughter happy, so he's tolerating that man. That's what I think. He tolerates Sam. And if you pay close attention, you would see that he tolerates Sam. And along with every member of the family, they tolerate that man. They tolerate him for Egypt's sake because they don't want her to hurt. That's what that is. But TT did end up apologizing because it seemed like the delusion that Pep and Egypt have is really runs deep. Their naivety about reality it's baffling. And TT took the higher road. She apologized to them because obviously it seems like Egypt is really hurt. Egypt is not hurt because she thinks that TT was stealing her reputation, or she was in love with her man, or even that bullshit about her talking about his finances. It was years ago. It wasn't that deep. I think that Egypt was upset because she feels like her choice in relationships really affected her relationship with TT, and she didn't expect TT to abandon her or write her off the way that TT did. Because TT did write her off, and as a cousin who's been with you since you were a kid, who's supposed to be a mentor, it is heartbreaking that TT did do that, and that was wrong. So I feel like that's why she was really in pain, but she just wanted to grasp at straws and pick shit out of her ass, because when she was saying, you stole my reputation, you wanted to be me, even Peppa's ass was looking at her like, what? Bitch, I thought we were going to talk about something that actually made sense. That's what it looked like. So I'm glad that they at least opened up conversation. They did ask TT in the confessional, is she going to invite Pep and Egypt to her wedding? I mean, Egypt already told everybody that TT stole her favorite place as if she owned Jamaica in the first place. So I don't know, after TT watches this season, once it is done, what's going to happen. I do hope that she invites them, because that's extending an olive branch is the first step to mending a family. You can't really hold on to things and keep adding to it with your actions. I feel like TT should just go ahead and do it, because TT obviously knows that she's more mature than these two little fools. So just go ahead and do it. Be like your mama. Make the right decision for the sake of the family and invite these two little knuckleheads to your wedding. That's what I think. And Samantha Ask can sit up there and act and just, God, he just irritates me. His presence on screen irritates me, because I feel like he moves like a snake. Sam, to me, moves like a snake. And I honestly don't see Egypt and Sam's relationship working out. After all this shit that they done fought about, I give them maybe 10 years max. And it will end, because I feel like there's going to be a time where Egypt is going to start seeing what everybody is seeing. But give it time. I don't think that it'll work, because I feel like Sam, he shows two faces. In front of certain people, he wants to puff up his chest. And then in front of others, when you really check his ass, he now hides behind a wall. And he's the main reason why all this shit happened. Now, we didn't know that Angela was it was never brought to her attention about the stupid ass little beef that was created. I don't even want to talk about it. Cree and Savannah, I don't know what's going to happen with them, if they're going to come back for next season. I'm still pissed off that they didn't pick Brianna, because I felt like Brianna should have been one of the winners. That's just me. But that was how this finale ended, and that was the significant things that we needed to know. I don't know what's going to happen next season with Growing Up Hip Hop, but I do know that it's going to be important for us to see what TT and Egypt are going from now, and hopefully Peppa looks at herself on TV and realizes how stupid she looks. Miss Legend. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and notification bell. Let me know what you think below. For those of you, I don't know if you guys used to watch a channel called Bondi. I used to watch her, and it seems like her channel has been tampered with right now. So if y'all followed her before, go ahead and follow her at Relax with Blue. I think that's what it's called, because I think that YouTube's kind of tripping right now with a lot of Black content creators. So go ahead and follow her channel there, because she had a lot of subscribers, and now she has to hit the reset button and start all the way over, and that's not fair. Okay, for somebody who done work for years and created content for you, you guys' enjoyment. We do work hard for what we do. And for things like this to happen, especially to African-American creators, I know it happened to Funky. It happened to a bunch of other Black creators where their channel just got shut off and they don't get any reasons why. So go ahead and join her Relax with Blue. And hopefully, she gets as many people as she had before, and she can just go ahead and keep making her coins like she was doing before. You guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.